and offer some deep rounds of breath. Don't worry about the alignment at this early stage. We'll slowly work into that. But do allow yourself just a moment to appreciate this opportunity to practice, to be in the place wherever you are and have gratitude for that. And take a moment to appreciate our bodies that will guide us through this practice, for keeping us strong and healthy. So tapping into areas for today's practice, we'll do some hips, which can store tension. We'll do some shoulders, and we'll do some neck release. Again, an area that can store tension and hold some stress. We'll work on our wrists and the palms of our hands, as well as working on the soles of our feet. As always, this practice is yours. Honor the body as you move through. If something doesn't feel right at any particular moment, respect that. The body's telling you something at that point. And slowly start to release whatever that situation might be. So let's take our fingertips behind us and roll the shoulders back and forth a little bit. And then switch the direction. And then let's pause and roll the shoulders back so our upper chest is nice and open. And then push the hands down and forward so you feel like you're leaning forward a little bit to find that nice connection to the mat, the sit bone area. We chatted a little bit a moment or two ago about finding a sense of being grounded. The practice of yoga offers that through the breath, through stability and balance and movement. Positioning our body to where we can fully achieve that sense of being grounded is important for the foundation of our practice. We use our core to kind of lock that position into place. We know that action, Uddiyana Bandha, that slow move in of the spine, or the belly button towards the spine. Palms can rest on the thighs. Eyes can come closed if that's comfortable. And just take a moment in this position. We've shifted very little from our original seated posture, but we've kind of tightened it up a little bit. We've refined it to allow that stability and to stem from the body and move from the deep part of the body and move outward. Take a couple rounds of breath, allowing that energy from our breath to draw deep into our belly. Finding that sense of tranquility that comes with each inhale and each exhale. Even allowing this image of a wave coming onto a shore or a beach and then retracting as it moves back out. Really, that's the same kind of action as our breath. As we inhale, that energy builds up, builds up, builds up, and then when we start that release, that's when the wave reaches the shore and rolls into the beach. And then as you inhale, you start to draw that energy back and it reforms to run through its cycle again, effortlessly. We take a moment here to set the intention of this practice. Allow this intention to join the sense of being grounded. Let it add to that. Let's place the left hand into the heart space. Allow the right hand to follow. We take a moment or two here to allow that intention to just come to us. We'll take a moment here as a collective group to just send some energy out there to those in need. Out west, for those who are suffering economically, and those who have been afflicted one way or another with this pandemic. The amount of energy that comes from just one intention can truly benefit many. We offer a deep, full breath. We bow our heads. From that, we slowly lift, release our hands. Let's take them out front, still staying on fingertips. Keep those sit bones moving down and towards the floor. Just take a nice deep breath as you inhale, and then as you exhale, just start to walk the hands. Just go a couple hand lengths out. Take a moment or two to breathe in that space. Full cycles of breathing. And then from there, take another deep inhale and let's walk the fingertips just a little bit further and walk them about halfway over towards the left. And as you walk towards the left, just feel that right side start to open up. Feel that right hip get a little bit heavier, again, connecting back to that sense of being grounded. Let that right fingertips walk just a little bit further away. And then slowly come back into neutral. We'll take it over towards the right, allowing that left side to open up just a touch. Come back into neutral. Take another deep, full breath, and exhale, walk the fingertips even a little bit further, making sure to keep your seat rooted onto the floor. Walk it a little bit further over towards the left. And as you walk towards the left, that right side starts to open up. That right hip gets a little bit heavier. Perhaps the right fingertips creep a little bit further away so that side body gets longer. As you move back into neutral, we sway over towards the right. A little bit further, left side starts to open up, left side gets heavier, hip moves into the floor, left fingertips move a little bit further away. Come back into neutral, last full breath here. Let's find the final expression as we walk our fingertips just a little bit further away, keeping our sit bones on. Connected to the mat, shoulders are back, heart space is moving forward, shoulders draw back to lengthen your spine, and then slowly from there we start to walk our hands back, we lift up, sit fully, allow the hips to move into the floor, hands on your knees, inhale here, chin to chest, exhale. And then as you exhale, and if your eyes were open, seeing the cross of your ankles, tilt your head to the left a little bit, look at your left knee. Come back into neutral, look at your right knee. We'll start this little bit of tick-tock from left to right. Enjoying a little bit of movement in that shoulder and neck region. Moving up into the base of the skull. Stretching the cervical spine. So just a little bit of back and forth. We want to make sure that we stay strong in the core so that our lower back is strong and stable. A couple more. Awesome. And then let's come back into neutral. Chin stays in the chest. This time we're going to sweep that left ear way over towards that left shoulder. Feeling that right side get a little bit longer. We'll do 2 rounds of this. So this initial one will just be to kind of welcome the right side neck to a stretch. We'll come back into neutral. We'll take it over towards the right. Left side gets a little bit longer. And we'll come back into neutral. One more time to the left. Maybe a little bit further stretch. Maybe that right shoulder drops down just a little bit. Almost the sense that the right ear is pulling away from the right shoulder. Going a little bit more into the shoulder girdle itself. Take that last full inhale on the left side. Come back into neutral. To the right. Left side gets long. Maybe that left shoulder moves down a little bit. Stretching. Beautiful. Come back into neutral. With that nice inhale, we'll lift the chin. Hands stay on your knees. Keep the gaze moving up. Inhale. Exhale, round, chin to chest again. Inhale, forward, lift the heart. Exhale, release. We'll start this almost cat-cow sense of movement here. Starting to move the spine in a little bit deeper expression. Using the stability of your hand and knee connection to deepen the movement of your spine. Allowing a moment or two, if you'd like, to pause at any particular spot to allow that just to open up a little bit more. Couple more. Let's do 2 more. One more. And we're going to move right into a twist as we inhale up. Right hand moves behind, left arm moves up, and kind of lean over towards the right a little bit, and then drop that left hand down towards the right knee as you twist over towards the right. Move the shoulders back, take the ribs, and move them to the right, and the right side moves to the left. Stretch. Your gaze is a fairly neutral position. You don't have to follow the direction of the right shoulder. Retrace your steps. Take that left arm up, swing it around to the right, or to the left, excuse me. Take the right arm up, lean over towards the left a little bit, and then drop it down towards that right left knee as you twist. Shoulders are back, heart is open, side body's moving opposite directions. Nice sense of deep, full breath. Awesome. Right arm comes up, swing it back. Again, both hands are resting behind the hips. Inhale here, shoulders back, heart lifted, and then push your hands away from you and stretch forward. Again, taking your arms and transitioning them back out front. Notice a little bit more space in your body. Keep your gaze a little further beyond your fingertips so you feel some length. One time to the left. Stretch, right hip gets nice and heavy. And then from here, take that left rib cage and make it a little bit heavier and kind of take your gaze to the right a little bit. So that left front body seems like it's moving down towards the inner left thigh. Stay in this position, kind of lift that left side body up, and then dip the right a little heavier, and then look over towards the left. Very subtle opening of spine. Come back into neutral, take it to the right. Find your position, take a deep full breath, and then from here the right ribs are going to get a little bit heavier as we look a little bit towards the left. Notice the sensation all the way into that glute perhaps. Good. Inhale here, come back into neutral, dip that left rib cage a little heavier. Opening across that mid-back. Awesome. Come back into neutral, walk it to center. Last inhale here, stretch, reach, get as long as you can, and then slowly transition the hands back. We'll take just about 10 seconds here just to breathe and allow the body to accept what we've just asked it to do. Full breath. Notice the ease in which the breath comes as we've opened that space from within. We've created some movement, a little bit of heat. Good. Gently blink open the eyes. And let's move directly into an all-fours position to do some work from hands and knees. So as we move to hands and knees, let's take the hands a little bit in front of the shoulders. Spread your fingers and take the knees underneath the hips. Let's create some cat-cow movement here. So inhale, and then exhale. Inhale, and then exhale. A couple more rounds. Pretty much allowing the body to stay in more of a neutral position. Super engaged. So that means the forearms are squeezing towards the midline. Your inner thighs are squeezing towards the midline. Now, we've moved the spine enough to where perhaps we can start to move a little bit more of a rocking chair. So move the heart forward, shoulders over your wrists. As you exhale, hips move back towards the heels. And as we talked about soles of the feet, maybe your toes are tucked. So as your hips go back to the heels, you begin to feel that stretch in the foundation of your body, the soles of the feet, moving back forward. Now, if it's more comfortable to keep the tops of the feet to the mat, absolutely. Couple more. Let's move as if we move with some resistance. So as we move forward, we're like pulling something. As we move back, we're dragging something back. So a little bit of resistance coming from the core, coming from the action of drawing towards the midline. About 3 or 4 more. Breathing and moving as you rock back and forth. 2 more. 1 more. Now as we end, let's move those shoulders right over the wrist, and as we do, we're going to step that left foot back. We're going to lift it up. We're going to flex, and we're simply going to bring that left foot to the outside of the mat, just off next to the wrist. Hands to hips. So from this position, we're wide leg stance, shoulders are going to be back, right arm is going to come up. And again, lean to the left a little bit. Start to gaze at that left knee and drop that right hand down as you move into a twist opening to the left. Now the left hand can certainly stay on your hip, or perhaps to get a little bit more of that shoulder release, maybe that left arm slides back. Stretch. Sit up as tall as you can. Take that left knee, and feel like you're pushing it out a little bit. And resist with that right hand. Shoulders are back, heart is open, and breathe. Good. Let's inhale here. You're going to slide that left hand all the way down to the floor. Right hand follows, so now we're in this position. We're going to lift that right knee and come to almost a lizard pose position. Shoulders are back, left knee over the ankle, and we'll just kind of hang out here for just a moment or two. Strong in the core. Right thigh moves up, and this outer left hip is trying to pull back a little bit for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right knee down. Slide that left foot back underneath your, or left knee underneath your hip. Inhale here. Exhale, cat-cow, stretch. Inhale for 1 more. And then release and exhale. Neutral position. Right leg moves back. Lift it, open it up towards the right, and then bring it outside the right hand. Hands to hips. Shoulders are back. Left arm comes up. We're going to lean to the right, open that left side, and then drop it down towards that knee. Twist open to the right. Sit as tall as you can. Maybe that right arm stretches back. Breathe. Good. Inhale here. Right hand swings down to the mat. Left hand comes down. Find the palms stable. Left knee lifts. Right thigh moves back. Stretch the heart forward. Take the shoulders back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left knee down. Right knee back. Round 2. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, neutral. Left leg goes back. Lift it up this time. Flex. Now this time you're going to bend that left knee and you're going to open it towards the left. We're going to open it to keep the integrity of that right hip, so don't feel like it needs to go that high. Couple breaths. Start to activate that glute. And then from there, you're simply going to step that left foot back outside the left hand. Hands to hips again. Right arm comes up, lean to the left. Stretch. Right hand down, twist open towards the left. Shoulders are back and down. Left arm comes out and opens up. Stretch. Couple rounds of breath. Good. Inhale here. Left hand, right hand back down towards the mat. Right knee lifts. Now this time, let that right hand get a little bit heavier. Take that left arm back up into a twist. So now we're in a wide leg stance. Right thigh moves up, left hip moves back, and stretch. Maybe that left arm goes over, and breathe. Super strong on that right side. On an inhale, let's take the left hand down and the right knee at the same time. So inhale, guide them down, left knee back. Inhale, exhale, 2 more, inhale, exhale, 1 more, inhale, exhale, inhale, neutral, right moves back, elevate, bend, and open. Again, open to the point where you keep the integrity on that left side. So we're not leaning in, we're nice and stable. Couple rounds of breath. Good. Inhale, right foot forward. Hands to hips. Shoulders back, left arm up, lean to the right. Drop it down. Open up to the right, maybe the right arm moves back. Remember to breathe fully. Inhale, swing the right arm up, hands come to the floor, left knee lifts, left hand heavy, right arm up. Right arm over. Keep that left thigh active, keep that right hip back. 3, 2, right hand, left knee down at the same time. Right knee back. Inhale. Back into child's pose, exhale. Now, keep your arms forward in child's pose. Drop to your forearms. Interlace your fingers, okay? And then move back into an all fours, but the forearms stay on the floor. Tuck your toes and lift your knees up. So this is called dolphin pose. Root your forearms down, move the shoulders back, Now, if this is too much, stay on your knees. Maybe you walk the feet forward a little bit. Keep the upper back moving in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down, palms flat, back to all fours. Inhale, left leg back, we shift to the right. Left arm comes up into a twist again. Left arm comes over. Now we're at a point where we're open enough to maybe venture for a little deeper expression. Maybe that left foot comes off the floor. If we do, we spread the toes. We reach the fingertips as far away from that foot as we can. We'll breathe. 5, 4, 3. Left leg stays lifted. Left hand comes down. Move that left foot outside the left hip. From there, take that left arm back up. Inhale. Left arm slides behind the right. Exhale. Stretch. Inhale, open up. Exhale, release. Couple more. Open up. Release. 3 more. Inhale, open up. Exhale. Open. Exhale. 1 more. Open. Release. Open. Good. Left arm comes up and over. Stretch. Left hand comes down. Inhale here. Exhale round. Left leg stays along. Breathe. Good. Good. Come back into neutral. Inhale. Draw your left leg back. Stays lifted. From that position, right arm comes out. Strong, active in the core. Inhale. Left foot down. Right hand down. Taps back up again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand and knee down. Inhale, look forward, right leg steps back. Shift to the left, right arm comes up. Good. Once you feel stable, that right arm can transition over as that right foot perhaps lifts. Stretch. Reach them away from each other, strong in the core. 5, 4, 3, 2. Right hand down, right leg stays lifted. Okay? Step it outside that right hip. Left hand heavy, right arm comes back up. Inhale, exhale behind the left. Open back up again. Exhale, release. 3 more. Inhale, open up. Exhale. One more. Right arm up, right arm down, right leg stays long. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. One more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale to neutral. Right knee comes back, tuck your toes under, and then from that position, if you need to fold your mat, you can double it back. Toes are tucked, take your hands to your hips. Now from here, squeeze the inner thighs together, take a little tuck of the tailbone, move the shoulders back, take your arms out, palms face forward towards each other, pull the shoulders back, and then rotate into a cactus. Now inhale here, and then exhale, bring the forearms to the midline. Open up. Exhale. 10 of these in a row. Stay strong in the core. Good. 6 more. Two more. Open up, stretch, hands to hips. Now you can stay here, or to start to access the soles of the feet again, slowly drop your hips down towards your heels, toes are tucked. Now if this is too much, you can certainly stay in that kneeling position. Couple rounds of breath. If you want to add a little bit of weight, lean the torso forward. You're going to tuck your tailbone so it's posterior tilt, and then move your shoulders back over your hips. That just positions and adds a little bit of weight to your stretch. Couple rounds of breath. 5, 4, 3, 2. Take your arms out, and almost as if you're grabbing a bar. And you're going to inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to lift up, and you're going to push it back. Hips drop. 5 more. Inhale, or exhale, inhale. Stretch. Two more. And we're going to end on the up. Hands down. Stretch your legs back into a plank position. And then downward dog and stretch it all out. Good. Take a couple rounds of breath in dog pose. Find your posture. Take your seat back. Stretch. Bend your knees, turn your right heel in and place it on the floor. Take your upper back in to stretch that right side. Switch. Down dog. From here, take your feet off the mat at the back. Walk your hands back. Heels land. Keep your hands moving back. You're going to lift your toes off the floor, and you're going to stick your seat back. Okay? From that position, shoulders are back, heart is long. Toes are still lifted. Spread your toes as wide as you can. Couple rounds of breath. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Now we're an interior tilt of the pelvis, so forward, sticking your seat back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soles of the feet to the floor. Right hand, left hand to the knees. Lift your upper back so you're in a kind of back bend position. Inhale here, left shoulder, right foot, neutral. Let the knees stay super strong so they are in alignment with the toes. As you move back and forth, hips to the feet are solid. The only thing that's moving is your mid-back. Couple more. Two more. And neutral. Slowly stand. Step the feet together at the center of the mats. Shoulders are back. Take a couple rounds of breath here. Maybe a shoulder roll or two. Now from this position, we're going to stay in the center of the mat for just a little bit. We're going to arms up. Now interlace the hands above your head and stretch the fingers as high as you can go. Take a tuck of the tailbone. Lean to the left. Now inhale here. You're going to drop your arms down about hip height. You're going to swing them around and you're going to move over into the lean to the right. Inhale, reverse, so right arm, left arm go down about hip high, sweep them across the body into your bend to the left. Couple more. Legs are very strong, building on that foundation. Good. One more to the left. And one more to the right. And then stand tall. Arms by your side. Full breath here. Arms up on an inhale. We'll find our forward fold exhale. Half lift. Exhale. Lead with your heart as you stand tall. Exhale. Let's do about 3 more of those in a row. Inhale up. Exhale to fold. Half. Stretch up. Ending in Tadasana. Moving right back into your Urdhva-Hastasana. Exhale, fold into your Uttanasana, forward fold. Half lift is Ardha Uttanasana. Back to Uttanasana, forward fold. Standing tall to our starting point of Urdhva-Hastasana to Tadasana. One more. And then release. Nicely done. Take one step forward to the top of the mat. Take your right leg and move it back, and you're going to open into a wide stance. Hands to the hips. Turn your toes in so they're pretty much parallel to the front and the back of the mat. Shoulders are back. Squeeze the thighs together. Take a deep, full breath. Inhale, and then exhale, fold halfway. Actively push into your hips. Move the shoulders back, and even try to draw the elbows a little closer towards each other. Take your hands to the floor, staying at that half lift. And then from this position, you're going to walk your hands a little bit further forward to the point where the heels come off the floor. Now bend your knees quite a bit. Stick your seat back, so that anterior tilt to the pelvis. Take your upper back in, heels stay lifted, so it's kind of a funky downward dog. And then from there, let your heels come back to the floor and stretch. You can drop the hips down a little bit more for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk your hands back. Half lift, inhale. Left hand to the floor. Right arm comes up, twist. Inhale, right hand down, left arm up. Inhale, both hands to the floor, half lift, Squeeze the legs together, hands back to your hips, and inhale, come up. Shoulders are back. Right toes are going to point towards the back of the mat or front, whichever way you're pointed. Take your right knee over your right ankle. Now open up as square as you can to the top of the mat or the side of the mat. Take your arms into a cactus. Shoulders are back. Stretch. Now, take your left arm back. Take your right arm forward and then gaze towards your right hand as you come to a warrior two. Nice little tuck of the tailbone. Right arm up, reverse warrior. Stretch back to warrior two. Couple more in a row. 3 more. Two more. Now, we're going to pause in the reverse on the next one back. Take your left hand to your hip and then re-straighten that right leg. Inhale here, sweep that right arm up, pull that right hip back, and as you fold, let's take that right hand all the way down towards that right shin. Now, big tuck of the tailbone, move that pelvis forward, move that left shoulder back. So we're into a modified triangle pose. Now, we can stay with that left hand on the hip, or perhaps that left arm comes up. I'm going to keep mine on my hip. That left shoulder is going to move back. That right hip is going to move back, and we're going to breathe. Keep the right foot heavy like a gas pedal. 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly bend the right knee. Transition back into warrior two. Hands to hips, slide to the other side. Turn the right toes in, take your left toes. Again, left toes point back, left knee, and then square your hips. Arms out, cactus, shoulders are back. Right arm back, left arm back, gaze to your left. Reverse. Stretch. Couple more. Two more. Now remember, on that last one, we're going to freeze. So take it back and pause. Right hand to the hip. Left leg gets long. And really stretch that left arm up like you're trying to go way beyond your toes. Stretch it, stretch it, stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. And then let that left hand rest on the shin or floor or thigh. Shoulder back. Again, right arm can come up. I'm going to keep my right arm on my hip. Shoulder back. Left hip back. Try to get as much length as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bend. Windmill it back. Warrior two. Hands to hips. Turn your left toes in. Step the feet together at the center of the mat. Take a nice deep full breath. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome. Simply stay in the center of the mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Now as you inhale, place your hands to the top of the mat. Lean in a little bit. Step your left foot back, step your right foot back, downward dog. Now from downward dog, take a couple rounds of breath. On an inhale, exhale, knees down. Tuck your toes again. Hands to hips. Little tuck of the tailbone. Shoulders are back. Take your arms out, palms face forward. So pull the fingers back. Feel like the heels of the hands are moving forward. Now we've done this action before. We're going to feel like we're walking on our hands. So notice my right arm is going to stay perfectly straight at the elbow joint. But what's going to move is my right shoulder. So it's going to move back, and then I'm going to push it forward. Left back, forward. So it's like I'm walking on my hands. So just keep this action, stepping each hand in front of each other for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then reverse it, right back, left back. Right back, left back. Right, left, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more forward. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Reverse it. And release hands to hips, toes are tucked. Take a deep breath, stay here, or drop your hips back towards your heels again. Nice stretch of the soles of the feet. Again, if we want to make it a little heavier, we lean forward, we tuck our tailbone, posterior tilt, and then lean our shoulders back. We've just added a little bit of weight to that stretch in the soles of the feet. Now 5 breaths. Awesome. Inhale, hands to the floor, exhale. Now, let's pause in hands and knees for just a moment. Spread your fingers as wide as you can get. We're going to do that little bit of wrist therapy before we come to our back. So flip your right hand up and point your right fingertips at your left hand. Shoulder is above the wrist, okay? Fingers are pointing towards the left hand, palm is open. Couple rounds of breath. Now, to release this, we're simply going to peel the heel of the hand forward towards the fingers and flip it back to the floor. Left side. Peel it from the left, move into the fingertips, left palm down. Take your right hand, turn the fingers all the way around to where the right fingertips are now pointing at your right knee. So that stretch in that right forearm, the belly of the forearm. Now you can in fact move that right shoulder back a little bit to enhance it if you'd like. Same release, heel of the hand moves towards the fingers. Flip, left hand back. Maybe the left shoulder moves back a little bit, you stretch that forearm. Breathe. And slowly release. Now, again, you can come to a seated position or set your hips back on your heels. Again, last little sequence here. Interlace the fingers like this. Palms are facing down. Elbows are reaching out. Shoulders are down. And all you're going to do is start a wave action. Notice the shoulders are involved, the elbows are involved, and the wrists are involved. Now, if you close your eyes and just kind of experience the movement of your body. Good. Couple more rounds. Just loosen up those joints before we come to our backs. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wiggle the fingers, take a deep breath, come to your seat if you're not there already, and then all the way to your back. So as you come to your back, bring the soles of the feet together and let your knees open wide. Just a couple moments here before we do some stretching for the hips, leading us up into Shavasana. Nice deep rounds of breath. Maybe a little bounce with the knees as you bounce up and down just to kind of stretch the inner thigh, the adductors. And while we're doing that, let's go ahead and place the arms into a T. Soles of the feet back to the floor. Left ankle crosses over the right knee. Drop your knees to the right. Now you can look to the right, going with the fold. You can look to the ceiling or you can look to the left, wherever it's most comfortable. Okay, you're taking some deep rounds of breath. Keeping the arms in the position they are, let's exhale back into neutral and simply slide them over towards the left. Again, gaze to the left, gaze to the ceiling, or gaze to the right. Good, come back into neutral, simply switch sides. So we'll do the bigger twist first, so right ankle over left. You're gonna fold to the right, look to the right, center, or to the left. Good, come back into neutral, and then take it to the left. Come on, to the right. Take a couple rounds of breath. Awesome, exhale back into neutral, both feet to the floor, left knee comes in the chest. From your left hand, grab the pinky side of your left foot. So we're in this half happy baby pose. And then from here, just to add a little bit of weight. Let that right hip lift a little bit. That left knee can come a little closer to the floor. It certainly doesn't have to get to the floor, but just stretch that left side. That right arm can come over. It can stay in a cactus, wherever it's comfortable. And we full breath here. And left foot to the floor. Right comes in, give it a little squeeze. Right hand, right foot. And then start your little bit of heaviness, okay? Stretch. Maybe the left arm moves over. Cactus. Breathing fully. And come back, full version of happy baby pose. So both feet. Now always remember, if you can't quite grab your feet, then simply take your hands behind your knees. It's a really good option. Even if you can grab your feet, maybe we don't want to go that far, okay? Just do what's best for you and your body. Shoulders are back. A nice little side to side. And then from there, slide the soles of the feet together and interlace your hands behind the pinky side of each foot. Lift the shoulders so you're kind of gazing toward your feet. Let's activate that lower belly one last time so really feel like you're getting that lower back flat by pulling in your lower abdominals. Shoulders are back. And maybe we're good here. We want to stretch those knees forward just a little bit. And then back into happy baby pose. And then release both feet to the floor. Let your arms kind of come out to the side, alongside of the body. Right foot goes out, toes point outside. Left foot goes out, left toes point outside. Take your right arm off about an inch or so. Just inhale here, drop it. Left comes up, inhale, drop it. Right comes up on an inhale, exhale, drop it. Left comes up, inhale, exhale, drop it. Clench your teeth, open your jaw, or open your lips, and just a real nice inhale. Open your mouth, exhale. And then let's take a couple minutes here to allow the body to rest. We've covered a lot of territory today. So let's allow that body to enjoy the last moments of practice in silence and in stillness. Allowing your body to remain in this position of stillness, just begin to offer a few deeper rounds of breath. Allow your breath to move throughout the body space, travel with it, explore, keeping and maintaining that very nice sense of peace and tranquility within. Take your thumb and start to tap your index finger, moving to the middle finger, moving to the ring finger, to the pinky, moving back to the ring, middle, index. Slowly start to move your toes, continuing to relate to the breath, deepening the inhales and exhales, moving the toes, moving the fingers. Perhaps the arms stretch over your head as you take a deep, full breath. And as you exhale, just stretch, like a good morning stretch. And then from that very comfortable position, slowly transition to your right side. Coming up to a seated posture, comfortably making that transition, mindfully making that transition. And once we find our seat, we take a moment again to enjoy what the practice has provided. A sense of soothing comfort from within, from our breath. We recall the intention of our practice that we placed with gratitude. Right hand to the heart space, the left hand follows. We take a moment here as we bow our heads. The light within me honors and respects the light within each of you. Thank you so much for joining me today and practicing. We'll see you soon. Namaste.